Alrighty, hey again everyone. We're finally back again with some more Minecraft. Sorry I missed yesterday's stream. It's feeling like just resting yesterday, especially because today I have the day off. So that is cool. Last time we got a hold of some netherite and finished digging out some of the snow that is surrounding the rest of our base to try and give ourselves a little bit more farmland. We've got a little bit more we need to work on around like this kind of trim that we have. And we'll try and brush away as much of the snow as we got, and then we'll have to make sure we light up more of the mountain range. But yeah, we're just doing some simple fun prep for getting a hold of some mob farms and some iron farms, and just some more farming space in general. We've gone ahead and planted some grass here too, so that should hopefully help us out, because we need more of this to be turned into grass. That'll take some time. And for today's stream I feel is going to be quite a lot bigger than normal, just because I had some day off and I got a lot of stuff I would like to get done. And it's pretty early in the morning. It's only 8:53 this morning here on November 11th, 2025. So got quite a lot of time to work with here today. And hopefully we can actually make the most of it. At least that's the plan. Yep, just kind of took some time yesterday to just get some chores done, do some laundry, cook some dinner, things like that, and then I had quite a lot of stuff going on at work again, so I just figured I'd rest a little bit more yesterday, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's powdered snow there, that is. There we go. And that ought to be like the last of the snow I feel that I need to dig up, except for maybe some of this powdered snow. I guess we'll carve that out a little bit too, but otherwise, you know. I think we'll dig it to like there or something. Yeah, we'll do a little something like that. That should be fine. And you know, we'll just seal that off with snow because we can. Ain't nothing stopping us. And then that should clear up all of the snow in a nice way. It's a little bit more usable for us. We don't particularly have a lot of space left now, do we? And in fact, I specifically left the shulker box in there that has a bunch of my snow, so I'll probably need to burn the rest of that snow off sometime, but that's alright. But yeah, we've got all of that dug out, so that's good. And I'm trying to think of what else I guess I really want right now. Mainly just lighting up more of the mountain ranges, which we can't really do until the sun sets. So we're a little stuck there. Villager trading is always good because I do have a couple more librarians that I do need to go for, but you know, they're fine. They can kind of wait. They're not too big a deal. And this room is like fine enough for now. Don't need to do a whole lot here. Speaking of the sun setting, it is in fact starting to set. Let's go ahead and head on up to some of these here mountain peaks and see what we can light up. Which may take a while, as it always does, because there is a lot of mountain to cover. Especially with just the jaggedness of it all, so this is never an easy thing to do, unfortunately, but we'll get there in the end. That's all we're looking for. cut down this tree too, because I can. There we go. Yeah, it's really important we have everything lit up as good as possible for the mob farm at some point. So we'll have to make sure we get this done, whether we do it today or not. I don't know, but it's got to get done. That's the deal. Right, even if we take like 2 hours to light up everything, you only got to do it once and then it never has to be done again, you know. The tough part can be just sitting down for 2 hours and doing that, but once it's done, it's done. So that's what we're trying to get to. And it is finally starting to become a little bit colder here in Florida. It's like 50 something degrees here today where I'm at, which I am not as used to, of course. So I've got some sweatpants and like a hoodie and I'm all bundled up, but otherwise, yeah, it is cold by Florida standards. So that's very cool and totally not suspicious. Count created 2 minutes ago. Yep, all right. Looks like I need to turn that part back on a chat moderation. That's totally not suspicious at all. In fact, I think I'm going to do that now. Let's see here. How do I do anything? Oop, let's find out. Chat verification. And let's see here. Oh, so the only chat verification you get is like you have to have a verified email. Really? You can't have one that's like your channel needs to be X amount of days old? You got nothing. Wow. That's so cool. All right, cool. And I guess they had a verified email, so because their account was only 2 days old, even though I have it set to accounts older than 1 month. Yep, so they verified their email just to spam. All right, that's cool. Well, these things happen. We'll find a proper workaround one day. I'll probably look in a Nightbot or Automod or whatever. There's a spider up top. Should be a little careful. We'll be fine, but alright, we still have a pretty sizable chunk of torches here. And yeah, we still have more lighting that needs doing, so let's get it done. Made some pretty solid progress already. And we should also stop this little waterfall too while we're at it here. We got a zombie in copper armor down there by the looks of it. Hey, he's just out walking around, we'll leave him be. These mountains should be pretty much impassable, so I mean, I'm sure they definitely have ways up, like physically, but for the most part, as far as I'm concerned, they're impassable, so at least for normal mobs. Okay, again, like, what? Why do we keep doing this? How is there not a setting that does that? Alright, we still have phantoms. Snipe that one right at the sky, huh? Well, I'm gonna take their phantom membrane, of course, because that is some good stuff to have. I don't tend to be awake long enough for me to get phantoms in their membrane, so they're only useful for slow falling potions, of course, because on an elytra you could just have mending, but like everything else, they're only very nichely used for slow falling, so they're just kind of there. As we start sloping downwards a bit more, the lighting has stopped a little bit. We got a zombie. Ah, we do. Powdered snow will extinguish him, huh? Maybe we got ourselves some leather boots here too. I'll get rid of that spider as well, because I can. This is when I was mining some coal or iron at some point too. It's why we got little weird chunks like that. More birds. They're gone now. We'll leave that iron there. We don't necessarily need it. Although we do need more iron, we don't need to... I don't feel a great need to dip into that, you know. We've taken enough from the mountain. We don't need to take any more for the time being. Ah, copper zombie. Look at him go. And away he went. As we chip away a little bit of this powdered snow just so we can have something to place it on. There we go. That guy froze to death, I guess. Good for him. Implies that something either came out of a cave in the snow or it fell from all the way up above trying to chase me earlier. I'll just pop a torch there. There we go. Alright, yeah, we got a pretty good chunk all lit up here, so that'll probably do it for a day at least, and then of course next time it's nighttime we will hop back through and light up a little bit more. just keep doing more every night till eventually it's all done. But we've made some pretty solid progress in like 10 minutes, so not too bad. Yeah, it should be plenty for this part of the range, so that'll be good. And then at some point we'll climb that way and go get some more, but I think for now what we're gonna do is, let's see here, what did I talked about that I wanted to do last time? I wanted to dig this out so I had more farmland, which I've done. Probably terraform this area too once all the grass is grown in, that's another thing, but we're still waiting on the grass to grow in, of course, so that ain't happening for a little bit. And I guess while we're here, we'll cut down these trees since we're overdue on these. Building out my actual base, that is something else I want to do too. I haven't done that yet. We're going to take a second to hop on up to the top here. We can. I should really install some more scaffolding at some other points now that I'm thinking about it, but that's alright. We got our Fortune 3 hoe, which means we can go ahead and just trim everything off the top, and then we're left with the wooden stumps. So that way we get as many saplings as possible. And because of the sheer amount of saplings we need to continue like expanding the dark oak like forest, we need to get pretty lucky fairly often, which kind of stinks. Also, we need to take the honey out of all of those because we have severely neglected the bees. But that's alright, we'll get them here in a little bit. We've also neglected to shear our sheep and cull our cows after quite a while, so we'll have to look into doing that as well. As I always need more wool, it seems like. And until I get a mob farm that gets me a ton of string, then I'm gonna have to just shear sheep for wool. There's no way around it, you know? But that's alright. They haven't updated beacons since they were added to the game in like 1.4, I think, right, with the wither. So maybe they, well, technically they have. They updated it so you could like use netherite. And that's the only update they've gotten. I really want them to update beacons at some point. Just that way we can get like another tier of effects. Like I want haste 3. I just want to get a hold of haste 3. Which I guess kind of goes against a lot of the stuff that they have in the game already, where all effects only go up to, well, no, not quite, because they do have like the Turtle Master potion that goes up to like resistance 4, slowness 3. So they have gone above 2 for like status effects, but they seem to not want to go much higher than 2 ever. They very rarely go above that, and if they do, there's a drawback. Which I wish, again, there were higher tiered beacons, because those would be kind of nice for insta-mining certain things. That, or they have like actual, what's the phrase I'm looking for? They've got actual TNT duping as like a vanilla mechanic, and maybe not duping, it's not the right word, but renewable sand, you know, that's always the big one. You can make renewable sand, you've got renewable gunpowder, and you can infinitely produce TNT, which you can feed into a dispenser and then have a farm based around that. You know, just something like that. And maybe they should also let it too, where like dispensers could plant saplings. I feel like that would actually be like a really nice change as well to help like with renewable wood that's like truly fully renewable. Because one of the main reasons why you have to have a player AFK at a tree farm is because, you know, they have to plant the sapling. Because nobody else can do it except for a player. So if there is a way to have something plant the sapling for you, then they're pretty much good. At least that would be the dream. I'm sure it's an easy enough change for them to make to let saplings be plantable, but at the same time, what do I know? Or saplings be plantable by dispenser, rather. Alright, let's see what we got away with. I think we made it to 16 pale oak saplings this time. So we finally actually have a surplus. Which is pretty rare. We got 43 dark oak saplings from like a pretty small handful of trees, so we'll go ahead and plant all of these down. See why I left all this as coarse dirt. That way it's easy to mark where things need to go. And yeah, pretty good. Of course, we still got 2 pale oak in there. And we'll go run the rest of this back up to our base real quick. Shouldn't take too long. After we maintain the beehives while we're down here. But seriously, we have neglected these guys for a little bit too long. Got another 3 honey blocks out of that. Tuck those away in there. There we go. So we got some carrots and potatoes there we can use, of course. And we'll go, wow, that was fast. We'll go run some of this wood back to our base as well. Go clean out our inventory here a bit. And also put on netherite boots. And we need to go to the other side for dark oak. Ah, there's our logs. Right, we should have saplings relatively close by. There we go. Perfect. Dark oak will probably go there, and then I think pale oak went there, if I'm not mistaken. Something along them lines. Should have spot for phantom membrane. Should have some foodstuffs. There we go. Some rotten flesh that we got. Some string. And some sugar cane. It should have been under plantables, so we should be coming up on that here really, really soon. There it is. There we go. Alright, 32 spruce logs as well. It's a little chunk to start with. I'll go ahead and take some of that. Fuck the glass, we don't care about the glass. Alright, so I think we just literally want to place one on every single edge like that. Except for this one here. Yeah, that definitely does. Good. Alright. And then realistically, it's just a bunch of pillaring to get all this in place. But we're going to hold that thought here for a little bit because now that it's nighttime, we're going to go ahead and head out into the world and go light up some more stuff. So let's head on up to the top of our base here real quick. And let's go ahead and see what we can see. Ah, that one flung us up quite high. All right. Let's see how we're doing on lighting. Fairly solid. You know, we got some dark patches back where we were yesterday. And otherwise, we've made some very stable progress across everything. So that's been pretty good. Got my cat up here on my lap now because somebody wants to see me. Yeah, it's fine. You can stay up here. I know it's cold. Alright, so we'll head back down there and go light up the walls just a smidge, and then otherwise we basically need to head out to some of our other peaks and see what we can get a hold of. Let's go ahead and dip on down here real quick. There we go. Probably as far as we'll go, at least on the tundra side. They're back. We'll leave them be for now. Like we got a skeleton right there. Add a skeleton right there. So we've got a small cave here. Guy's lucky I'm shit at the game too. Just like he is. Yep, quite a tiny cave, but a cave all the same. Yeah, we're getting a little sidetracked going all the way around the other side of that. Again, we really just want the peaks first and foremost, so let's head on back over. Alright, now we're at that point where, like, I probably do need to sleep. Where did the birds? Okay, that one hit. You literally got knocked. What the fuck? These are hitting! Not all of them are, but some of these are, and they're not doing anything. Oh, it's coming right for me. You can die whenever. There we go. Alright, anyways. Because I can't sleep yet, because I really... Are you fucking for real? Fine, whatever. Fine. Get out of here. Yeah, can't sleep yet anyways, because I need to be able to light up all this stuff, and you're only really doing that at night when it's dark, and you can see what isn't lit up and what is, so... That's the deal, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to put up with phantoms for a little bit, but... That's fine. Fine enough. I hear him again. I'll ignore them for right now. They're just little guys. Until they piss me off, and then they are no longer little guys, and they must die. Alright, they're already doing it with just one hit, so... Oh, hey, we got a goat. Cool. Now it's starting to be daylight here in a moment, so... Got a skeleton nearby. Ah, there he is. Rude. Our bow's starting to get seriously banged up here, so... I'll have to combine it with another one at some point to get this all fixed up. I guess while it's still technically nighttime, we should go fly back up to our bed and go sleep. So that way we don't have to deal with these guys. Tough. It's daytime now. Oh well. we'll get them another time. But we've again made some pretty good progress. I think we made it to that mountain. So we've got that little strip there that we have to do, and then we've lit up our side of the mountains at that point. So hey, that's pretty good. We'll toss the rest of the shit overboard, except for the membrane. I'll keep the membrane. Alrighty. Now, back to working on the base. Isn't that right, Georgie? Yes, I know. Yes, buddy, I know. I hear you. Alright, let's go ahead and get out some wood again and some planks. Here we go. Alright, and then all we really want to do is just pillar up until we're matching, like in terms of height here. That's our first order of business. And then remember, we want a subwall on top of that cobblestone. So whether the subwall is pillars or actual proper beams, we gotta have a subwall. So now additionally too, we're gonna have to make some pretty liberal use of spruce wood here. Here we go. Something like that. Well, I guess that hardly matters because the logs would block it up, or the planks would block up the logs, so I guess we could just do this. At least up until here. Whoops. A little too high. Like that. There we go. Yeah, then we'll just do like something like that for now. And then we need planks for the rest of this. Here we go. Do a little something like that. Okay, we are not gonna have logs. We are going to have actual just full wood the whole way through. Because that looks incredibly wrong. Like, seriously. I think we took a step back to look at that, but yeah. Yeah, that already looks a lot better. And maybe we can have it in some parts, but when it's split up like that, that just didn't work for me. So, let's get rid of this bit. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then beam. So if we wanted to do the same thing, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beam. There we go. That looks a lot better. It still keeps some of the beam support that we have, but it doesn't actually like get in the way of anything. So that looks a lot better. Hey buddy, hello. Okay, little guy. Go lay down. Alright, let's see here. This is the beam we actually want. Orgy, what the hell are you doing? I've made a mistake somewhere. Okay. I'm supposed to push this out by 1. There we go, and then that looks more correct. Perfect, and that is supposed to go like that, so that's good. Oh, buddy, lay down. Come on. Yes, come on, lay down. Lay down. There we go, much better. And then those go sideways, and then those start going straight. So that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we get our pillar. 8. Oh, right, because I wanted 5 on like the ends and then 4 on the inside. It actually goes there, and then that's 5. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which it is here. Good. Yeah, it should be built out where the strip bits are facing this way. Okay, no, I know what I'm doing now. Should be at least. There we go. Perfect. Alright, that is 1/2 of it done, which is pretty nice. And now that it's nighttime, we're going to take a minute to light up some stuff again. So a couple of things. Let's get some torches out and also light up this area too a bit. There we go. That was the up one. That technically counts as elytra momentum, I think, so let's maybe not do that, because then we'll crash headfirst into the ceiling and possibly die. Alright, let's see how we're doing over here. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty well maintained. We should also really trim out some of these, or at least have like just simple little supports or something that we can stand on, because otherwise I can't really like get out and around those bits, so I might put some trapdoors or something. Actually, I've got, well, no, I'd rather use the ones that are in my base already, so we'll come back to that a little later. But yeah, it's pretty well lit up. We've got like one little dark spot there, another one there, and then what? Do we fucking have a wandering trader on the roof? Like the roof? They really just spawn anywhere where there's like skylight access, ain't there? Okay, not intentionally, but like, yeah, his little buddy spawned on the moss portion down below. Certainly did. Alright, well, they're in my base, so we need to clear that out. But yeah, we've got some minor dark spots we need to go patch up here real quick. So let's go ahead and get these all patched up. There we go. Alright, and this connects back up to the first part that we had started at a good couple of days ago, which is great because that means we're basically done. Mostly done. We still have that little bit to get through, of course. There we go. And the birds, meanwhile. Annoying as ever. Okay, that is bullshit. That bounced clean off of him. I saw that. I saw that. I'm not crazy. I know that one hit. I thought you fuckers were gone. You guys just getting stuck on the mountain? Come on, get out of here. Seriously. Oh my god, they totally do. Get the hell out of here. Oh, right. You guys, like, get out of here. I heard it. There's another batch of them. You think I'm trying to predict where they're going, and apparently I cannot. That's alright. Why? You had anywhere else you could have gone. Ooh, good thing this mountain's pretty impassable, because that actually could have been kind of not cool. Wouldn't have killed me or nothing, but it does cause damage to the mountain that I then have to take time to repair. I would prefer to not do that. But with that said, we've got a couple more pretty small dark spots that we need to go patch in. Like we got one out in this direction too that needs patching. Yeah, sure shooting we do. Down to our last half stack in our inventory, and then we have to start dipping into the shulker box. The break's already coming too. Alright, let's actually take some time a little early to fly back to our bed and go sleep in it. Just to be safe, but otherwise we've got like pretty much everything lit up, so we're doing pretty good. Not get too complacent now, but let's go ahead and just kind of speed run through these, and if we can't sleep tonight, then that's fine. As long as I can get this lighting basically done, I'd be pretty happy. Yep, looks like we won't be able to sleep, but that's fine. I think he died in one crit. He was already a weekend before, so he had to have fallen down probably from somewhere up here or something. If I had to guess. A little something like that. Got this little patch of powdered snow as well. That's all good. All right, and then we are going to head back to our base here real quick, and we're gonna keep working on this stuff. See, we've had quite a number of Endermen like settle in here as they keep dropping a bunch of grass and gravel. Oh, it's like he knows. I guess we'll take some time just to clean these out a smidge. I don't want to keep these in here any longer than they need to be in here since it does kind of clutter up everything. I still have the original hay bales here too that I used to mark out the base, so I'm still leaving these intact for now. But they'll be removed at some point. Couldn't tell you when that some point is, but it'll happen one day, someday. Alright, let's see here. Spot for gravel. We got any spots for gravel? I know I have a spot for gravel, and I believe I had put it near my stone. Yes, there we go. Alright. So, we done 1/2 of it so far, and I had to say that was definitely the right call of cutting down the beams a good bit. That has certainly made things a hell of a lot nicer. And we need to go back through and do it again. That's 5. Something's off. Oh, something's off. I don't like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it pillars out. Oh, it's not off. I'm just dumb. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we basically have like a false wall here. That still keeps our 5. Yeah, and here's the glass that it would line up with. There we go. We do a little something like that. And we do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, wait. Oh, yeah, it would go right here. All right, and we need some more spruce wood. There we go. 18 should be plenty. There we go. And we are continuing to make some nice progress here. Nope, we do have enough planks, or mostly enough. Great, and then what we want to go ahead and do is a little something like this. Almost nailed it. Now we've done it. There we go. All right. So now with this in place, what we can go ahead and do is we can get our cobblestone, go ahead and fill in our ceiling. So we have like a nice flat ring of cobblestone basically going the whole way around. And then we will have our subfloor done for our next layer, which is good. All right, let's see here. Cobblestone. Yep, I had a specific chest that had hardly any in it at all. Was that one? There we go. Also should probably get a ladder up on that at some point. But nah, we're fine for now. Actually, no, I'm gonna take the time now while I'm over here by my wood to just go ahead and get some ladders. So this should literally just be boom, 20 ladders. And then that's it. That's all I gotta do. We'll go over and do the same thing on the other side as well. And we're good. All right. So with this, now we can go ahead and start filling all this in. Wouldn't take too long. And then I guess what we'll do is in order to bridge this across, we'll go from our pillar like so. Starting to become nighttime, it looks like. There we go. And then we just need to fill in this part. Damn, it's only 10 o'clock today. We've already been playing for... That's why those don't do that. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. I still get spam messages every once in a while on Twitch, and it looks like it doesn't publish those to chat at least, which is nice, so that's good. That would explain why I don't ever hear them, and I'm like, oh, they've just been sitting out there, but no, because they never made it there to begin with, so that's cool, I guess. And again, we're gonna redo the entire like glass lighting like setup that we have here, so we're not gonna worry about how it looks for right now, because I need a better way to do it, fortunately, but that's all right. That's not good. That's my beacon beam. Alright, well that has to be a glass block then. It's fine, if not a little annoying, but we can work around that. Alright, and with that, we've completed this as far as we need to for right now. Let's go ahead and just grab just a little glass block here to fully round this whole thing out. Alright, we still got 300 pearls. Forgot about those. There we go. So we can put that there. Now we need to be a little careful here. gonna go ahead and take some time to fill in the corners as well, so we can get this fully ready for the next floor. Also means we'll have to pop down and get more cobblestone, because we definitely ain't gonna have enough here. There we go. You fucked up a little bit here, it looks like. Then we fixed it. Because then it goes from that 5 to the 2, 1, 2, and then 5 again. Then 2, 1, 2. Yep, you fixed it. Alright, we're good. And then we just have to go ahead and fill in all of the empty space now that we have. And we should be good. Alright, there we go. Got everything all fully put together in here. And I mean, otherwise, we've got another floor to work with when we need it. So, yeah. All we gotta do now is fill in the ceilings and the remaining floor here as well, up to a point. And then we're pretty much good. I mean, like, we'll have our actual base, like, done, which will be nice. And that's really all I'm looking for to do right now in terms of what's going on in the central tower that we're perched in. So, let's go ahead and, I guess, plan out what we want to do. We're going to need some more logs for this, of course. Which, luckily, we do have, although we are starting to run a little low here, so... Right, and then we want a couple of those. There goes that log. Luckily we don't need it, but away it goes. Alright, we got that. And we'll make 12. There we go. And yeah, to keep this going. Whatever, I guess it's fine. As long as it's consistently in the same way, it should be okay. Yep, and it is, so. Alright. And then, basically from there, you would have actual floors and stuff, which would be fine. Also need to build a proper arch here at some point, but not too worried about that at the moment. And then flooring wise, I guess I need some kind of lighter colored floor to kind of keep in line with those. So maybe we'll use birch. We should have some birch planks that we can use. We'll go for planks. Nope, we've got nothing. We are mega fucked on birch. We ain't got nothing there. That's tough. Well, that's fine. We will come back to that. I mean, we got pale oak, but I already used pale oak here, so I don't want to... Oh, we could use pale oak planks, and that would probably work. I just don't want to double dip on the log part, because the log part is its own thing, so yeah. Yeah, we'll use pale oak planks, why not? Let's go for it. There we go. And again, fuck the glass, ain't nobody care about it, the way it goes. We're gonna be just shy here, but that's alright. We can go ahead and get just a little bit more to patch that up. And then we'll run like a beam here, because I'll have like this as its own separate little floor, and then I'll have like the rest, I guess, kind of decked out, so that should be okay. Yeah, we'll throw that back away in there, take those phantom membranes back out, like so. Go throw those away in there too. And as you can see, it's starting to come together pretty well here, I'd feel. So, yeah, not too bad. I think it's starting to rain. Indeed it has. Well, I think this would be a good time to take a little breather from doing all this digging and do more digging at the nether, because we need netherite. So, that being said, let's go ahead and pop right on down. See, the majority of it is blocked now, so we don't have skylight access anymore. At some point, we're going to come through and we're going to completely redo that pattern. So, my idea for this pattern is ideally we're going to have a central line, like you would expect. I go straight down the middle every 4 blocks. I still like the 4 block bit. And then it'll be a coordinate grid off of those guidelines, basically, to the best of our ability. So once you get away from, like, the corner bits, then it's just a simple grid line. But when you're in the corner bits, you can kind of do whatever to make it work. But outside of that, that's kind of what I'm aiming to do, because then it looks even, and it's still functional. And it's scalably even. Damn, can't speak. But yeah, that's what I'm aiming for, so we'll work on that at some point. But for now, we're just gonna pop on down to our netherite mining tunnel, and if you could believe it, go mine some netherite. So yeah, that'll be fun. You've already got 4 ingots, of course, we're wearing them right now on our armor, and then outside of that, we need probably another 8 ingots in total to fix up all of our tools. Because it would be 1 for the sword, 2 pickaxe, 2 shovel, 2 axe, 2 hoe, so that actually would be 9. So we need 36 ancient debris in total in order to have enough for what we're looking for. Now, luckily, since we've got our nice and clean tunnels here, this has actually been significantly easier to keep track of, which has been very nice for sure. Except for the blackstone, that has been less nice, unfortunately. And basalt. Alright, that's as far as that goes, because I don't want to do this forever. And you know, I like to fill these in as well, since they're not particularly useful for me. They just lead the mob spawns and they make things look a little ugly here, so for the best that we try to fill that in as often as we can. Although it's a little tough considering that was our first, bit of mining we did, and we don't have a lot of netherrack to fill this in with, so See if we'll have some better luck this way. And get a hold of any gold that we get a hold of. Toss those nuggets out as well, since we don't really need or care about them. And we'll use our Silk Touch pickaxe for most of this, since I don't want to mine too deep into those. We may find gold veins, so... Nope, I'm blind. I thought I saw ancient debris. If only. Especially considering the amount we need too, any little bit's gonna help for now. We had a fairly solid hot streak the last time we did this too, where we found quite a good bit, but it seems like that wasn't meant to be forever, unfortunately, but that's alright, we'll get more one of these days. Damn, nothing so far. Good sign. That was lava, I'm not touching that. I heard that. Hey, ancient debris. There we go. Anything? Nope. Free it. Wasn't fast enough there. Bit of a shame, but that's how these things tend to happen. Alright. Oh, we're 2 for 36 right now, so that's not nice. Luckily we don't take durability damage since we have netherite now, at least, so that's cool. I think we'll mine for a little bit, and then we'll go do some villager work as well, because we're a bit overdue for that. We'll leave the lava intact, I don't really care about it. Hit another end here, huh? Dang. All that mining, we only got 2 ancient debris. I guess that's the trade-off, considering the material that you can mine it from is easy to insta-mine, so... Since you can do it without getting a hold of a beacon and all that, but... Specifically, you can insta-mine without having a beacon for a netherrack, but... That's alright. Ancient debris, cool. Directly next to lava, but good all the same. Hey, more ancient debris, there we go. Now we're on a bit of a streak here, nice. I think it was just one. Yeah, there's a very high chance it was just one. Check the floor. Yep, same deal, just one. That's alright. Alright, well hey, we got enough for another ingot now, so that's pretty good. Uh-oh. Let that one sit. Oh, and some gold. Which we should probably grab, of course. We may have a lot of gold now, but we won't always have a lot of gold, at least until we build a gold farm. Especially because I'm about to use a fairly decent sized chunk on golden apples for villager curing, so... That's less nice. So we got some zombie pigmen hanging about. And that's as far as we go for now. Alright. That's enough ancient debris mining, at least for right now, I feel. We got enough for a hole and get out of it. That's plenty. Probably upgrade our sword, I would say. I think that'd be a good one to do. Yep, we got a bit of a climb ahead of us here, so... I think on a ladder you climb 1 block per second, if I'm not mistaken. Something along those lines. It's pretty slow. So yeah, we'll have to have a better elevator going up and down in the nether at some point. At least the down part's pretty easy. It's just fall onto like a magma block or have like a set of honey blocks slow you down right near the end. But otherwise getting up is the tougher part. And that'll probably just be like a minecart elevator if I had to guess, so guess we got that to look forward to. There we go. Hey, this looks a lot nicer now that it's basically finished, so very cool, very cool. Good old netherrack, right. Okie doke, other nether blocks. Here we go. Let's just fill up the snow block chest as much as we can, and we'll just trash the rest of it, honestly. Means I should also install the garbage can at some point. I haven't bothered to do that yet. We'll throw that out there. And I guess we can go ahead and cook up some of this nether gold. Let's split things down a little bit more. I'll do something like that, and then take a coal block, turn it into coal. And that should cook everything up nice and neat. Alright. Now, additionally, what we're going to want to do is we're going to get some of our apples that we have here. We'll take 24. And like half a stack of gold blocks should be plenty. And we'll turn all of them into golden apples. There we go. I'll also go smelt this other piece as well. Right, and we need an upgrade template, which we have. We've got plenty of. Ooh, we got a perfect netherite sword now. Sweet. So slowly but surely we are making some progress, which is always nice. And we need to start prepping our inventory for villager trading. So we need some lecterns, which I don't have a lot of bookshelves, so that's already going to be our big problem there. We'll go buy bookshelves at the trading hall. Weakness potions would be another one. We need fermented spider eyes. Now, luckily I've been saving up a pretty large chunk of spider eyes, so we definitely have that ready. We should also have enough sugar here. And this works out anyways, because we do need quite a good bit of paper. And we'll dump the rest of the cane back. There we go. Alright. Got some of that, and within our plantables, we ought to have some mushrooms. It should be roughly within this section. Ah, there we go. Brown mushrooms. Perfect. And we'll leave that nether wart in there. 16 fermented spider eyes. That'll be plenty. Put our iron in there too. We'll go ahead and take out some of this gold and just do some basic cleaning and maintenance work real quick while we're here. Alright, cool. Sun's starting to set here as well, so should also take some time to light up the edges here of all this. And we'll actually go sleep in a bed for once this time. You can see that, yeah, we've basically got everything lit up minus a couple of very tiny dark spots here and there. Otherwise, everything's basically fully lit within our side of the mountain range, so we should be pretty much completely safe going forward. So, technically, you could just sit here and, like, do whatever in your base forever, and you would never run out of, there never would be any risk, but obviously that's a lame way to play, so we ain't doing that. We still have plenty of farms and buildings that we need to build, but, having just some basic safety and having some basic walls and lighting as well is always going to be a big thing to have, so always a good thing to go for. Also maybe patch that up as well while we're here. Just so that way we can get rid of that. Cool. Alright, and we want some glass bottles. So let's go ahead and run on over and pick up some of our glass that we should have. That should be plenty. Alright, and then we'll head out to our brewing array, which we actually might need to get some gunpowder for, because I don't actually recall having a lot left in there. Luckily, we've been collecting a good little bit here, so this should be fine. And then the goal here is that we can make enough splash potions that we should basically never have to make weakness potions again. Like, this should basically be it. Also, we should cut this out. And we'll tuck it in there. Yep, there we go. Cool. Got a tiny little bit of gunpowder, but not a whole lot. I don't have any blaze powder in any of these at the moment. And I guess honestly this should be plenty, so we'll just do like these 15 that we have. And I guess we'll go ahead and split this out a little smarter. There we go. And there should be plenty of powder. And we'll just kind of go around in a U shape here. And go ahead and implant everything. There we go, got some extra bottles. And we'll let those go ahead and brew out. It's already almost 11 now, damn. Alright, so with that, we've got paper, iron, wood, golden apples, and weakness potions. So yeah, we should have enough to handle everything here. We'll also be able to make additional rails as needed, so that should be fine. Although I should take a second here. Oh wait, no, it'll be in my ender chest. I guess it'll be okay. I'm gonna say I should get some extra cobblestone just in case, but honestly, I think we'll be good, so I'm not gonna worry about it. We should, however, grab an extra bow and go fix up our current bow with it because we kind of need it. So starting to run a little durability for my liking, and you know, while we're here and thinking about it, we may as well do something about it, right? So let's see here. String. There we go. Go ahead and craft up one bow. Hop on over to the other side here with our anvil. And let's go ahead and combine these. That's an enchantment cost of 5 versus 34. 5 it is. There we go. Nice and simple. Alright, now we can go ahead and grab our boat. And we'll tuck our torches away in the back a little bit more. And that's the box we want. And we'll head on out to the trading hall and go get some new villagers installed. So, what I'm mainly looking for are the rest of the trades that I just don't have quite yet. So, I'm looking for like respiration, aqua affinity, blast protection, fire protection, projectile protection, things like that, you know. Because I would also like to make a spare set of netherite helmets, plural, by the way, just so that way I've got enough for some of the other situations I might find myself in one of those days. So if you've got like a fire protection 4 netherite helmet and everything else is regular protection 4, you can stay in lava forever. You'll never die unless you run out of food, and you just will be good. Your armor won't break, nothing bad will happen, you'll just kind of be there. So that's what the goal is on that front. So we do have a couple extra lecterns. Oh, and I forgot I had some extra bits and pieces around here, but that's all good. But yeah, that's the goal there. And minecart-wise, that is implying to me that we already have our minecarts dotted around where they need to be, so we're going to go ahead and seal these off, except for that last one there. And we'll work into the night a little bit to make sure that those guys can sleep, because we want some iron while we're here working. But yeah, I want some spare netherite stuff to have, just because it would be nice. Wow, we have a fuck ton of villagers here. Good lord almighty. Alright, that should be our max that we need. Do a little something like that. I just let these guys go. Well, I got everybody over at least. I guess we'll just power launch all these guys through. That last guy would be converted here in a moment. Perfect. Shit, that's annoying. Oh, alright, well. Alright, so a couple of things. These two are stuck together, which is a problem. It's one that we can solve, but it's a problem all the same. And we should probably do something about it. Well, luckily we can make a couple extra powered rails. And we can install another safe point that they'll be able to just kind of hang out at. So that should be fine. Stack those there. There we go. Oh, they are stuck. No, that is the wrong way, fat man. You fucking dick. You need to get out of here too. Get out. Ugh, great. I don't know where he went to. Alright, well, he's there now, I guess, so sure, whatever. That's fine. Alright, we got a couple of zombies heading out this way that we need to take care of. Let him head back. We need to watch our health a bit here, too. Alright, we'll go and get that going. Alright. So a couple of things. Guess that guy is gonna be a Fletcher. Cause he's not gonna do a whole lot for me otherwise, so. We'll sleep here in a minute. Or right now, actually. What? Ah! You dick! Get out of here! Get the fuck out, I've hit you 3 times. Whatever, we're gonna solve that in the morning. You fucking serious? This is the damn zombie. Alright. Let's take it easy a second here. We've got a minor setback, which luckily we can fix. I put all my torches away. You guys fucking get out? Seriously, it's already bad enough that happened. Whatever, I'm gonna assume he's gone. Alright. Couldn't get out of the way of it in time to stop it from exploding. Sucks. Alright. Alright, we've doubled our space back again. Got our shulker box picked back up, and... Alright, we should be okay now, but that was super annoying that that happened, so we're gonna have to learn from that, actually do something about it. Can you fucking get out? Seriously, you guys are dicks. Alright, we're gonna sleep. Let's just start with that. We've gone ahead and slept. It is now daytime. Shouldn't have anything else sneaking up on us here. Cannot believe I didn't catch that. Alright, there we go. We're gonna reorganize all this a little later, but we will reorganize it. Okay, that fixes that. The hole's fully patched, everybody's still safe. We don't have any main structural damage, it's just a little annoying. Yeah, our shulker box is still intact here. Put that there. Alright. And I should also have some cherry logs and a crafting table. Crafting table should be one of the things I put away. Indeed it was. Alright. So here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna make some good old cherry chests. Gotta make 2 chests. Bop, bop. And let's go ahead and make another 2 chests, like so. I'm holding shift. I didn't make enough, that's why. And 2 chests this time. Bop, bop. Alright. Grass and dirt are gonna be going in there. Just so that way we have a little bit more of an organized space here to do stuff in. There we go. We'll put our various stone bits directly above that. That includes deep slate and gravel. Hmm. And I guess we'll do gravel there. We'll do stone there. Wood, I feel, should be another little section. Should also have section for sand. Here, we'll do that. Alright. Thought there was a spider or something. I thought something hissed. Something made a noise I wasn't comfortable with, and I didn't know what that was for a second there. But I guess we're all good after all. Right, anyways. I'm gonna put some of my more valuable bits. So, you know, your redstone, your job site blocks, leather, I guess copper, you know, little weird things like that. It was me walking on grass was what that was, by the way. Lava would be another one. Same with our buckets. Redstone, iron, copper, yep. Potions as well. That'll be a whole thing. The gold blocks can we make that many? Cool. Powered rail, regular rail. Got our books. They can hang out up there. And then we can put some extra wood bits in here. We'll do cherry there. I'm getting my shit all mixed up. Hang on. Let's do something like that. There we go. Put mob drops and animal products there. We'll put growable stuff in there like that. Here we go. And then iron is another bit we'll have to have. Okay, doing better. Put that with our wool. And now everything should be pretty much all sorted away. So we should be good. The cat walking around, I guess. Good for him. Okay, alright. There we go. That's what we want to see. So, a little bit of a setback, not gonna lie, but nothing we can't handle, so it's all good. And now, with our handy dandy shulker box, we can go ahead and make a couple of books. A couple of bookshelves, a couple of slabs, and a couple of lecterns. I can come back with me. I'm feeling like I want a Fletcher finally. So we're gonna go ahead and mine this out of its flint. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and make a simple little fletching table. I haven't made one of those yet. And you know, we'll tuck away the rest of our wood. Take our extra lecterns back with us. And we are gonna leave these guys alone for now. I have 3 buckets of water for some reason. Seems like I grabbed an extra one without realizing it a little earlier. My panic, but that's alright. And yeah, those are other books. Alright. You are the new guy. That's right, I remember you. We're gonna leave that intact. You're all good. And you have a job. How happy for you, right? Right, okay. Looks like you're gonna need to be recycled. There we go, that's better. The iron farm has been jump started again. We should be in a better position to just spend a bunch of iron to get a bunch of emeralds, so that'd be good. I have to make sure to sleep when it's nighttime out as well. Alright. We'll buy out his stock. And we're gonna get that guy leveled up to master before we do any, like, serious work. It's also good to have something that can go up to master like that. And we'll throw these arrows out. But it's good to have a Fletcher, mainly because we are gonna need bows at some point for dispensers. Quite a lot of them, might I add. We ain't there yet. And deal with crossbows, I guess. Cool. Alright. Let's keep throwing this shit out of here. Go, do a little something like that. And we can turn off hitboxes for right now. We don't need too much going on here. Punch bows and string trade. Alright, that's as far as I can get him leveled, so... These guys are locked out of their trades for right now, because it's probably getting close to night. Yep, certainly is. They're off the clock. Which is fair, I can respect it, but... And we can level you up another day, so we ain't gotta worry about you. Instead, we just need to pop out our bed and sleep. And make sure that our route is all set up for the next day. So yep, it is. We'll go ahead and sleep real quick. And we will start getting these villagers moved out bit by bit. Alright. I'll take those back with me. And we'll put our extra minecarts back, things like that. Although we do need some extra slabs. And cobblestone. And our rails, if I'm not mistaken. Take those with us. He's fully in place, which is great. And then, yeah, we would just keep moving down the line and then we're good. So, perfect. Also going to take some time to get our shulker boxes moved out of the way here a little bit. I'll just set them there like that. Perfect. Let's get use of our space. Alright. And with that, now the grind can really begin. Let's hit F3 and B. Are you for real? Who broke that? Dang. Oh, luckily this is an easy enough fix to make, but still a little annoying that we gotta make it, but that's fine. Alright. Should have a couple of emeralds here. We'll also get this guy leveled up while we're still thinking about it as well. Should just be able to buy a crossbow or two from him. That'll make him happy with us. And now he sells piercing 2 crossbows. Hooray, I guess. Oh, anyways, everything else can just go over there for now. And then it just, then it starts. Alright, now let's take a quick tally of our trades after we go ahead and break this guy out. Let's take a quick tally. So we got punch 2, density, protection, reach 2, affinity, fire aspect, sharpness, channeling, curse of vanishing, binding, fortune, breach, power, power again, multi-shot, lure, smite, density, banner arthropods, piercing, breach and breaking, mending, sharpness, feather falling, efficiency. Don't count that sharpness one though, that's not quite the same. Alright, do I not have... I didn't read out sharpness 5, did I? I'm pretty confident I didn't. Why, no, I don't think I did. Well, that's definitely going to be one of them that we will go for. Additionally, I didn't read out any of the protections other than protection 4. Oh, I did have sharpness, perfect. So, I don't have any other protections. I don't have flame as well. That's one of them I don't have. Punch. I don't have punch 2. Oh, I do have punch 2. I'm dumb. I don't have flame, though. I know I don't have flame. Infinity. Do I have infinity? I don't think I have infinity. I do. Nope. So it's literally just flame that I don't have. So when we get a hold of flame, fire protection, blast protection, projectile protection, so those are 4 there. And then let's see here, what else do we gotta get a hold of? If we get a hold of a cheaper efficiency villager, that would be really nice. Because our current one is fucking expensive, so he's not very cool at all. And we're just taking a quick pass through to see how our iron farm is doing. It's farming some iron, that is for sure. Nice. So in the little bits that we've been working, we got about 2 stacks there. These guys look like they're all happy and healthy too, which is great. And we can continue. Been over 2 hours by now. Alright, let's get this guy going. Again, flame and protection. Riptide. Now that's an interesting one because we don't have a Riptide guy as far as I remember. And honestly, I'm not opposed to it. Why, no, I don't think we do. Certainly don't look that way. Yeah, no Riptide, huh? Alright, well, I will gladly take him up on that. That is quite the find. Go ahead and get him leveled up a little bit here. Just so that way we can start scouting out this guy's trades. Piercing 4, now that's actually pretty damn good. There we go. Not that I need to use Piercing 4 for anything, but if I ever do decide to do crossbow stuff, it is certainly nice to have. And this will get us stocked back up on glass a bit, too, so that's all nice. Buy a compass, I guess. First time I bought a compass, apparently. That's odd. Well, alright, Piercing 4, Curse of Vanishing, and Riptide. That's pretty solid. I can accept that. Let's go toss this minecart away. And let's go get this next guy out of here. Whoops. That's supposed to go there like that. There we go. Next guy is all ready to be implanted. So we can go ahead and work on this guy. Get him there. Multi-shot we already got. Projectile protection 2. Now remember, we're looking for 3 or higher. I'm willing to compromise there because you don't really need to make too many armor sets, so we can take the extra time and effort if we really need to, but of course if we get 4, then I'll use 4, right? That's all good. We've already got like Breach 5 or Breach 4, and Breach isn't good. Density is a lot better for what we want to use, as it's just sharpness on a mace basically, so it's what we really want. We've already got Fire Aspect 1, and again, you only use Fire Aspect on like swords. So Fire Aspect 1 will cover us for whatever we really need there. Quit fucking giving me 2, I just said I don't need it, dick. We already got Feather Falling, there we go. Punch was one of them I already had, I'm pretty sure of. It was one of my lower ones. There it is. Yep. It was Flame that I really needed. Or wanted, rather. Pluck Thorns. Ain't nobody care about Thorns. Nope. Feather Falling we've already got. Depth Strider actually is another one I don't think I have. Do I have Depth Strider? I don't think I did. We're gonna do another recount. I'm pretty confident I don't have Depth Strider and that I explicitly got it from doing my initial like enchanting and combining that I had, because that does sound like something I would have done. So main deal, we're just taking another peek through. I really should start labeling these guys at some point, but nah. If I also get a cheaper sharpness guy, I might take him, but honestly I don't need sharpness that often, so unless I'm explicitly trying to make like a bunch of copies of stuff, but that's usually not the case, so I ain't gotta worry about that. But yeah, no Depth Strider. So that is something else we'll keep an eye out for. So the helmet and boot exclusive enchant, which includes Aqua Affinity, which we will go ahead and grab. Channeling again. I guess that's cool. Sun's starting to set here, so we want to be a little fast. Got ourselves an Aquafinity guy, that's good. Got our minecart, and we can put our paper back, and go ahead and sleep real quick. And we'll bring in the next guy. Leave the cats alone for now. See how these guys are doing. Nice, we've got about another 3/4 stacks of iron off of both of them in that little bit of time that we spent, so that's pretty good. Send our next guy through. There we go. Alright, we can take that out. Yep. Oh, flame. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. We can make perfect bows now. Need more emeralds. We have none. And I mean, we can leave him there for now, as he's basically fully done. Alright, let's go ahead and drop off these minecarts as well. Let's also take a little bit of time here to continue building out this little pavilion structure that we got going on. Alright, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, 3, 4. Yep, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And this should be the last bit of walls I need to make. There we go. There we go. Clean our little pavilion now just so we have it. And we'll go ahead and bring in the next guy. Trying to get me fire aspect now. Alright, so we got Flame, Riptide, let's see here, Aqua Affinity, and yeah, we're just going for the armor bits, hopefully. Gotta be able to get those. Respiration was one of them, but not Respiration 1. 3. We'll take a 3. I'm okay with that. Again, fire protection. Well, for that price, it's kind of fucked up, so I guess we'll re-roll. Let's not get too jumpy now. We got plenty of time to get it otherwise, so... Wonder when they'll make the fletching table useful. Who knows? Alright, let's see here. We'll take some extra paper as well. Sharpness 1, how very kind of you. I don't really care about the fishing rod enchantments. I don't fish, so... And you can enchant them easily enough on an enchantment table that I don't really feel too bothered by them, so... Thorns 3 is kind of cool, but... Again, I don't really need thorns for anything, so... I opted to ignore it. Really expensive on breaking 3 there, dang. And this is where the fun of the game sets in. Where we constantly reassign this guy his own job back to him until he sells us something that we want and we have value for. Which will not happen for a while, so it's best not to get frustrated. It's best just to let it happen, and you'll get something nice at some point, but it'll, you know, it'll take a couple of years, but you'll get it eventually. Probably. Again, that price, it's just... If that price was for Blast Protection 4, then I would have done it, but it's not. It's for 3. Now, I know I have a Power 5 guy already, but you gotta admit, getting it for 1 emerald is pretty freaking sweet, so... Right? I have a power guy, don't I? Oh, he's already sells it for an emerald, so it doesn't even matter. Alright, well, you almost made it out. You almost did, but I double checked, so... I should have a price board out here at some point of like all the different enchantments by like alphabetical order. And then like on each villager, it's got like their enchantment. So I have all the prices listed together in one spot. And then I have each villager individually labeled with what they have, not for the cost, because the cost is already on the big price board. Because that big price board also doubles as a checklist for me to know that, like, hey, I got everything. And I guess I could just have like a written book in an item frame. since that actually would be kind of nice to have instead of having like a bunch of signs. So I'd probably end up doing that instead. Have like a proper price book. Did I ever get Sweeping Edge? I don't think I saw Sweeping Edge in here. I think, again, I got it on my main sword because I was doing a bunch of just regular enchantment. But I don't think I ever bothered to get Sweeping Edge here because you only really need it for swords and then you're done. And when you got on your main sword, what do you care? You know, you don't care. It's a trick question. So we may need to keep an eye out for Sweeping Edge 3 by the looks of it, because I don't have it. Cool. Well, hey, that's good to know, I guess. We'll pop a bed down and sleep real quick yet again. Again, what is with that specific price point they want to hit for 3 books? See, like, this is what we can do. They choose not to. Oh, we don't have any emeralds, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll just trade a little bit just so we can buy a bookshelf from him and lock him in officially. And we should also go start trading out our iron again. See, look at that. We got blast protection 4 for 4 emeralds, so that's pretty freaking good. We don't have a lot of space right now. Maybe we should come back after we've cleared out our inventory a sec. Oh, right. Yeah, it should be good. Alright, let's send the next guy. I want to bring out the lobster. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for in there. Oh, I guess I could put away my extra water buckets because they technically belong there. Crosswalker is a bit interesting. If I get a very cheap one, I'll probably pick it up, but otherwise I'm not too interested in it, just because it's very niche. I didn't end up saving a lot of emeralds or time with that sharpness 4 for that price. I've already got sharpness 5, and like, yeah, it would have been cheaper. You know, 2 sharpness 4 books for 14 emeralds instead of 1 for sharpness 5 for 20, but you know, it's a 6 emerald difference, and then you have to combine the books, which cost levels, so, you know, you'd rather not. Trying to flex on me with power 5 now. It's not cool. I might. To be fair, again, I don't tend to use respiration for anything other than a very small handful of helmets, so you only need it once or twice and then you're good forever. The Charge 3 is kind of cool. Let's go stock up on some iron. That's as much as we can hold for right now, so we'll condense a good chunk of this stuff into blocks real quick. And we'll keep some general reserves just kind of hanging out here, so that way we got a little bit of extra. And we'll take some back with us to our base too, so we can recoup what we brought over here. But otherwise, that should be fine. Yeah, you know, a stack and a half of iron is plenty for what we need. Which is really just emeralds, so we can go buy stuff. Ooh, projectile protection 3. Now that's something I can get behind. That's really good. And that means we don't have to go for projectile protection, we just need fire protection now. So hey, that's nice. Nice little bonus there. Blast protection. Little funky, I'm not gonna lie. Not feeling that one, but alright. We'll let him restock on his lantern trade. I don't want to give him anything for those shitty blast protection books that he has, so... Alright, we gotta go drop that minecart off, and then we've got one more guy we can go slot in. There we go. Clean that up. And now we just have to put down our lectern and keep going. So we won't get everything we want today, but we made good progress towards it, which is all I'm really looking for, you know? Slow and steady wins the race, and we don't need to drive ourselves nuts doing villager stuff for, you know, 3 hours at a time. You know, 1 hour every once in a while is already plenty, frankly, so... And did I ever get a loyalty guy? I know I got that Riptide guy, but I don't know if I ever got loyalty. I don't know. Or did I ever get Sweeping Edge again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't get Loyalty. Well, we'll keep an eye out for him, but that is good to know. They really want me to get Loyalty too there, huh? Maybe I should have, but that's alright. This being one of my last ones, I'd rather it be Fire Protection 4, Depth Strider 3, Sweeping Edge 3. Like, I want to end on something a little... No. Too expensive. Rather end on something a little bit nicer, but not, nah. Give me a 3. Give me a 3 or higher. No. That is a 2. What is up with you guys in Power 5 today? Is there something in the water? I mean, seriously. Yeah, okay, I could do that. I don't need too many of them, so it's just nice to have the option, more or less. That's really all I want. Okay, meant to do that instead. I guess that works too. Yeah, he's pretty much got garbage the rest of the way down. Tough. Well, that's alright. Let's go ahead and slam the rest of this away. Like so. And we got our remaining emeralds. We'll go ahead and bunch those up into a block and take that back home with me. You're coming with me because I kind of need you here. And we're going to go ahead and sleep. So, with that, we've moved over yet another batch of villagers. That should be good. I guess we'll take some of our emeralds and we'll just buy more golden carrots with them. Why not? We'll restock on food while we're here. Alright. Now, we're going to go ahead and drop off some of these. Like so. Take some of that back. And yeah, I mean, otherwise, we can go ahead and dip it here, take out all these weakness potions real quick. We'll go ahead and get everything moved around just a little bit here. And we'll empty out this shulker box and bring this back with us, but otherwise we'll put the paper away up in there. And yeah, that'll cover us there, so that's good. I guess we should also probably light up this area next time it's nighttime, because that definitely got me blown up a little bit, so that wasn't very cool. Probably install a larger wall going around this part at some point, but we don't need to worry about that right now. And we'll take our iron with us. We'll go do one last loot of our iron farm out here. And we'll leave these leftover ingots in the hall, so that way we've got just a little extra that we can work with. So craft the rest of those in the blocks. That goes there, that goes there. And this is my cut, so good. That's good, that's good. Yep. Everything's all maintained and ready for next time, so that'll be nice. Of course, we got more villagers than we know what to do with here. So, we're going to want them at some point when we inevitably build out our iron farm out by our base, because we're going to be building like 4 iron farms, so we'll kind of have to have them. We'll need like 24 villagers or something at that size, so yeah. Not exactly a lot in the long, grand scheme of things in the long term, but it means if we turn off the breeder and we still use certain villagers for trading hall stuff, and we're not going to have enough left over for everything else we want to do, so it's best just to leave it on. Base is a little big like usual, but that's to be expected. And we'll switch that around. And we'll go ahead and head on up and go drop some stuff off. So, one of these cobblestone ones we should have. Perfect. There we go. I was going to say we have a spot for slabs, and we definitely do. Good to have some more iron we can tuck away. Very nice. Ah, right, and some more netherite scrap. We can go ahead and tuck that away over here. And I guess otherwise we could go into the nether and go get some glowstone. So that way we can decorate our base up a little bit more. We'll just snag another handful of cobblestone and hop on over into the nether. And we'll go put our leather boots away too. I should actually make a matching armor stand with all my weirdo like bits and pieces over here. I don't think I have any smooth stone anymore. Not that smooth stone, the other one. Oh, hey, what do you know? I do. Perfect. Oh, let's go ahead and go make stone cutter. Or not make a stone cutter, use our stone cutter. Bring those into slabs. Go ahead and grab some of our sticks. Make 2 armor stands, why not? And we'll tuck the last armor stand away somewhere else. I don't particularly need it right now, so we'll keep it away in here. Why not? That's what I'm feeling. Go ahead and take another stack of torches. Alright, and we'll go out to the nether. Let's see how everything's looking over here, though. Everything should be good. Yeah, after all the grass is grown in, finally, so we can start using that. We'll have to do some terraforming, which is, again, why we're getting all this glowstone to bring back over with us. And yeah, same deal. We'll have more work to cut out some of that snow and just kind of do just some very basic terraforming to adjust the shape a little bit. Looks like we've got a pillager patrol hanging out down there. Good for them, I guess. Yeah, the interesting thing too, that I'm kind of curious to try at some point is when we build the iron farm, right? If we drink an ominous bottle and we start a raid at our base, what does that look like for us? You know, where do they spawn? Are they going to spawn on one of the Moss Slayers and we basically have to defend like our actual base? Or is it going to be like on the very ground level where everything is? Like what's the deal there, you know? So I'm kind of interested to try that at some point. Once we, you know, actually get to that point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, it would appear that my headphones have disconnected. Oh, whoops. Well, that's no good. I may need to take a second to go fix all this, it looks like. Yep, so because they disconnected mid-game, now no sound is playing through them. Double check. Yeah, so even though they're back on my end, they're not back on OBS's end. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop streaming, close OBS, and restart OBS, and we'll see if that fixes it. So give me one quick second here.